All right, welcome back to MinneZona Sports Live. We have a very, 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 very special guest with us today. You know, we were going back and forth on Twitter, Voldy with the guy, and we had our segment, Where Are They Now? We're going to talk about it in a second. But we welcome former Gopher, former Minnesota Viking, Troy Stoudermire. Let's go. Claps all around.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Troy. And we're going to have a lot of fun here. We're going to talk a lot about your Gopher days, CFL days, football days, all that stuff. But how you doing today? How you feeling? Good? Ready to roll?
I'm feeling great, man. It's a great day. The sun is out. It's not that cold out here. I got my Gopher gear. I'm feeling great.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's about like 19 degrees over here in Minnesota. So,
yeah, it's a little cold.
So for our zoners, that we call them, our fans, our zoners. Some people don't know how we kind of got connected here, and so we do this segment called Where Are They Now? So we talk about like former athletes that used to play for like the Gophers or like the Vikings, any Minnesota sport and whatnot. And Voldy picked you as the Where Are They Now? And then we tagged you in everything and whatnot, and
completely random.
Yeah, exactly. And we got connected, and we think it's a great segment and whatnot. But when did you find the tweet and things like that, and just how did it go down on your side there?
Man, I actually just saw it in my mentions, and I didn't get a chance to watch the podcast, but I got a chance later on because I was doing a lot of training.
Yeah.
And then I checked it out. It was awesome. And I saw the mention where you guys said Troy has to check this out, so I had to check it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we were just thinking this is a great segment because you never know who will reach out. We've had some people reach out and whatnot, but not to the extent that you have. So we really appreciate you doing that for us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about your high school days here with football. You played in Texas. You played for two different high schools. You played for Skyline. You guys went 12-2 your senior year, and then you rushed for over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns on 150 carries, caught 19 passes, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then you also passed for 514 yards, 4 scores, and then you had 3 return. You did everything. I mean, what was that like, your senior year, just, killing it, man?
Oh, man, it was fun, dude. I actually have 2 coaches right now here in Dallas that won the state championship last year, this season, but last year. But those guys were awesome. It was a great coaching staff. I mean, they put us in the right positions to just be us and be great. And if you had a special talent, they was definitely going to exploit it out there. And I just did a good job, following their lead, doing everything they asked me to do, and actually making that jump from my first school I went to, seagoville, to Skyline.
Yeah.
Man, it was like a huge difference. It was like almost going to college. It was like about 5,000-6,000 students there, college coaches all over the place. Every lunch break, we're talking to some different college coach, D1 college coaches. And, the atmosphere was just huge at Skyline High School.
Sure. Yeah, no, definitely. And we were kind of because we're Minnesota based and whatnot, so we don't know. I mean, obviously football's big in Texas, as we all know, and whatnot. And yeah, no, definitely. But you talk about your time with Skyline, then obviously when your junior year, why did you, if you don't mind, why did you change from seagoville over to Skyline?
Real simple. My mom moved. So it was seagoville was kind of a far drive. So Skyline was like literally couple blocks up. So we decided to go ahead and transfer me to Skyline. So I wouldn't have to, my mom wouldn't have to make that long drive every morning. She had to go to work and stuff like that. I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid at that point. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll just do it.
No, I don't blame you. So my next question is what was your with your time during high school, what was your favorite game down there? I mean, do you have a game that really stands out to you back in high school?
Yeah, I have 2 actually. It's at both schools. One was when I played at Seagoville. We played against a team called Athens. We had to travel about an hour out. You know, we had our whole entire fan base come with us. And it was a close game, but I scored 7 touchdowns. I scored all the touchdowns, and I rushed for about like 565 yards.
Oh, wow.
Like yeah, it was a crazy game. I was doing autographs after the game.
Of course.
It was just insane. And another one was at Skyline High School. When building up the whole entire week. I'm pretty sure you guys know about the other school that we played against. It's called Carter High School.
Yep.
You know, they got the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And like Skyline haven't beat them in like about like 20-30 years or something like that. And it was my first year at Skyline. I was a starting quarterback, and all the teachers, everybody in the school was just like, man, please beat this school. Please beat them. And we went out Friday night, man, and beat them 35-0. So that was one of my biggest moments in high school right there.
Awesome.
Hey, that's awesome. I mean, when you're scoring 7 touchdowns, obviously there's something going right. I mean, it's that simple. So, but so let's go to the Gophers here for a second. So my question is, what made you want to go to the University of Minnesota? I mean, obviously, I'd assume it's not because of the weather, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
that doesn't affect
no
your.
idea what I was stepping into. No way.
No kidding. So yeah, what made you want to come to the U of M?
Man, honestly, just to be completely honest with you, I went with 3 of my teammates from Skyline. I had a lot of offers, a lot of D1 offers, like about 17 D1 offers, and I was just enjoying the moment. You know, I never had nobody in my family experience what I experienced. So,
Right.
You know, I was taking college visits with my friends. We was checking out lots of schools and stuff like that, unofficial, official. And once I took my official visit to University of Minnesota, we went to go watch the Ohio State game. Unfortunately, they lost that game, but, you know, it was inside the Metrodome at that time. And it was a packed house, man.
Yep.
And the whole entire stadium started chanting Skyline 4, and I've never experienced something like that before. You know, the atmosphere was crazy. The rich tradition the coach was feeding us on was good to me, and I wanted to be a part of that. So, and I checked out the campus. The campus is like one of the most beautiful campuses I've ever seen, and the people there is great, you know, and I couldn't have picked a better place to go play ball at. And I still don't regret it at all. You know, coming from Dallas, I had no idea about the weather, but my freshman year, man, it smacked me right in the face. I was like, what is going on here? Like, I've never been in negative weather before. But once I got acquainted with that, everything was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had our indoors at that time, but when we got TCF Bank Stadium, now it's a different stadium, name of the stadium now.
Yeah.
But once we opened TCF, everyone was like, dang, bro, we got to play outside now. Like, you know, towards the end of the year and everything like that. But it made it fun because you're with your guys, you know, everybody got to go out there. So it was fun. It was a great experience.
Yeah, and you know, you talk about the Metrodome, and obviously I've gone to many games there and things like that. I'm just glad the roof didn't come down that day since it's so old and whatnot. And but I mean, it's so loud in there. It's just it's crazy. I mean, but I don't know if you've ever been to US Bank Stadium yet, but I mean, it's even louder in there. And obviously Sunday's going to be rocking for sure.
Facts. Yeah. I was actually one of the first players playing the new Viking Stadium. So
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We'll bring that up here too. And you know, you're an NCAA FBS record holder too. So I mean, for kick return yards, you had 3,615. You averaged 25.1 yards on 144 returns. And you know, Voldy talked about it too in our Where Are They Now? Just kind of how you were able just to do it all. You know what I mean? And obviously, you know, you played D-back, you played wide receiver, and obviously kick return, punter, all that stuff. But What was your just kind of based on everything, what's your favorite position to play? Would you say it's probably kick return, or would you say like playing corner or wide receiver? What do you got?
If I could take it all back, I probably would have, wish they would have put me at like running back or something like that, because
Sure.
I just felt like with the ball in my hands, I felt like I could do a lot of things. But, I tried to be, the best team player I possibly could. So that's why I was all over the place. Coaches like, yo, you're really athletic. Let's try you on defense. So I played defense, made some plays. And once I made plays on kick return, they're like, hey, man, let's try him on offense. So I'm like, all right, whatever you guys want to do. So, but playing receiver was really fun. Playing cornerback, man, was super fun. Making huge plays in big time games, trophy games. Those are great memories I'll never forget.
Spot on. Did you guys play more man-to-man during your time there, or did you guys do more zone, things like that?
So,
what were you doing?
When I actually went to defensive back, and actually got my time to start and play, we did play a lot of men, like lots of men, and we were one of the best pass defenses in the country. We were top 10 for sure. With Coach Southville, and Coach Clay as the defensive coordinator, when Coach Kill came with his guys, we had a really good secondary, and that's where a lot of those guys was built from. That's in the NFL. So, playing under Coach Southville, man, that was one of my favorite coaches at the University of Minnesota. I wish I had, a few more years with him. You know what I'm saying? But they came in pretty late. A lot of coaches, I had to go through a lot of different coaching changes, which is tough on a lot of players, because you want to bring in, your own players and stuff and things like that. But, these coaches came in and actually gave us all a chance, no one, they didn't know anyone. So you had to compete at practice and the winter workouts and stuff like that. So you have to prove your worth to them. And man, I think I did that for these guys. And, playing for Coach Southville, he made my game a lot tighter, with technique and just knowing the game and watching film and stuff like that. And I'm just grateful he was one of my coaches. So I feel like I am a complete D-back because of what I went through with him.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. But another thing, you talked, about some of your teammates here. You played with Rashid Hageman, Shady Solomon, Brock Farine, David Cobb, Marquise Gray. Do you have any fun stories with any of those guys, or other teammates that you have?
Man, shoot, yeah, with Rashid for sure. We was all of us really. We took a spring break trip to Florida, and was it Florida? I think it was. Yeah, I think we took it. I think this was in Florida. We took a couple spring break trips.
Sure.
So we were in Florida, and we decided to get on the jet skis, and we thought we were going to be able to get on the jet skis and not have to go too far out. So the guy told us we had to go way out past the red balls out there, which is super far where the sharks at.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he told us that after we paid our money. So we on the jet skis. We're like, dang, bro, we got to go all the way out here. We're making a pact, like, everybody make sure y'all just drive straight, just do your thing. Let's just do this and get off of them. Man, here we go out here past the red balls, and they trying to race. We want to race and do things like that. Next thing you know, we're racing, and we slow down and turn, but Rashid Hageman is going super fast. And he tried to turn, and he just flies off of his jet ski, bro. And and everyone is in all this shock, no. That was the fastest I ever seen someone swim back to a jet ski, though. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's insane, because he was so highly regarded in Minnesota, because obviously he played football here in Minnesota and whatnot, and then goes on to the NFL, and then I think he was on that team with the Falcons in 2016. That went to the Super Bowl and whatnot. So it was really cool to see him and obviously start in the Super Bowl and whatnot. But that is an awesome story.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But so let's fast forward to the current Gophers. So, obviously we follow you on Twitter and whatnot. You made a big claim that the Gophers are going to win the Big Ten and go to the college football playoff. Why do you think that? And give us a couple of reasons why.
Why do I think that? Well, honestly, I always think that. All right.
I
Okay.
got you.
But in all seriousness, they have been scratching and pushing, for that top spot for a while now, and I feel like they have the pieces they need. They have a great coach in there, leading charge. I'm pretty sure. I listen to him talk a lot. I listen to him do a lot of coach clinics and stuff like that. And I love the way he carry himself, and I love the way he talk about family with the team and things like that, bringing these guys close together. And it's like more about personal relationships than it is about football. So I feel like he's hitting it right on the nail about how to get your team farther and farther each year. And these guys are gaining more and more experience as they get in bigger games and winning all these bowl games. Man, we're due to get in there. And I just feel like being on that streak of winning the bowl games, knowing how to get in that top game and win it, and no matter what, I feel like we do have a solid quarterback coming back next year. Got some shine. I like the way he played in the game. Unfortunately, he got hurt in the bowl game, but I love the way Tanner Morgan got to finish out and walk off strong. I love that guy too. I love the way he plays with heart. And the receivers, big tight end, the defense. Yeah, man, I'm just loving the whole team. I'm watching these guys day in, day out. Even if I'm in Dallas, I'm going anywhere I go to. I'm like, yo, put the Gopher game on for me. Like, I need to watch these boys. Like, I don't care who's playing. But I'm a huge supporter. I'm always gonna support my school.
For sure.
Yeah, man. And I feel like this year they're gonna have a great chance to get it done.
So let's get to your. So we're big Vikings fans too. So I mean, we'd be remiss if we didn't quick talk about the Vikings. Then I'm going to send it over to Voldy here. When you're signed by the Vikings, obviously, you made it known. So you were on the team, and then Teddy gets injured, unfortunately, and then they trade for Bradford, and they wanted to keep you on the team after they, released you. Did they follow up with you at that point or at all, just to like keep in contact in case they wanted to bring you back?
Well, not at that time, because I felt like they had Marcus Sherrills back there that could do exactly the same thing that I could do. At that time, we were competing like head to head, and man, honestly, I came in with zero chance of making that team, and I came into a rookie mini camp after I left Winnipeg, because I already played 2 seasons in Winnipeg, and I did great out there, and that got me an opportunity with the rookie mini camp. And so my first day, my first play on the field, I scored like this 70-yard touchdown. I was at receiver. I scored a 70-yard touchdown, caught a 70-yard touchdown, and after that practice, Coach George Stewart called me in the room, and he sat me down, talked to me, and he was like letting me know when I walked in the door, they knew I was a football player. They knew, I had this aura about me and things like that, but they had to see it on the field. And once they got to see it, they wanted to let me know that they were going to grab a contract from a lineman and give it to me. So once he took me in the room and told me that, but he said I still have to finish minicamp and things like that. That was the first day. And so I went out the next day, tore up the minicamp. Of course, I felt like I was supposed to do that because it was a lot of rookies out there.
Right.
But then again, catching a lot of punts, showing them I was sure-handed and I could be professional at catching punts. Coach Prefer loved me at punt returning. And now we're going into regular camp, with the real guys, with everybody else. And now let's see what you can do. I go out there, I'm doing the same exact thing as I was doing with the rookie mini camp. I'm tearing it up. My speed is, very, very noticeable on the field. I'm a little bit different from a lot of people running. Man, and going into like literally the whole entire camp, a couple months, I didn't drop not one punt at practice or in the games. I was showing them like I'm here to stay type of thing. Marcus Sherrills and I was competing. That's my guy. I love to see him there. That was like one of the best feelings when I walked into South Marcus. I'm like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
like one of my brothers here.
Yeah.
We played the Gophers together.
Right.
But you know, playing those games, almost returned to a touchdown against the Bengals, kickoff return. Got a couple punt returns in that game as well. Averaged some pretty good punt returns. Made a couple first downs at receiver in the game as well. And so I'm just pretty much thinking, I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm doing my job, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I still have to make that big play. So we go play against the Seattle Seahawks and, you know, at their stadium. And man, I almost cribbed this punt return. It was like 60 yards, 65 yards.
Ooh.
And after that game, you know, the coach actually started me that game. It was like one of the last preseason games. I think it was the next to last preseason game. And the coach started me that game. And I didn't even know I was going to start because he had Marcus Sherrills up all week over me. And that game came down to it. And he came to me the night before at dinner and he said, Troy, you're going to start at punt return tomorrow. You're going to start at all the kicks. Like, and I'm just like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go, bro. I'm fired. I'm like ready to go.
Yeah.
And so I go out there, I do a great job. I do a great job. We win the game. And then we come back. So it's like final cuts, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So everybody's like, dang, all right, here we go. This is where it is. And so a couple, like I was talking to Adrian Peterson and a couple more guys that was like, bro, don't even answer the phone. Like, they was like, don't even answer the phone. Like, no. I was like, man, I don't want to. Like, I was like, I hope I don't get a call. But my roommate was CJ Ham, the fullback.
Yeah.
And he's still there right now. Yeah, that was my roommate. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm talking to him. He's like, bro, you're killing it out there. I'm like, bro, you killing it out there. Like, you actually moved from running back to fullback, and being uncommon is gonna get you a spot on the team. Like, we were talking like back and forth all the time. We were just sitting, eating, talking. And man, the day went by. A lot of guys was like leaving out the hotel, you know. So it's like, dang, he got released. And then shoot, me and CJ never got called, you know. So we wake up next day and go to the facility, and there's everyone right there. And the coach Stewart is like, look, it's only one undrafted free agent in here. And that was me. It was myself, Laquan Treadwell, Bo, it was an international guy. And then you had Cardell Patterson, you had Adam Thielen, and Jarius Wright and Stephon Diggs. That was us in the room. It was just us. Yeah, so we go out. We got the team now. I make the cut. I go look at the depth chart. I'm number 1 now on the depth chart. Yeah, I'm like, damn. It's like surreal. And like, I can't believe it. You know, and I'm number 1 on the depth chart at kick returning and punt returning. So I'm doing all the punt returning. I'm number 1. We go out there, man, go through a whole practice. The last perfect plays we're about to do. Unfortunately, the injury happens to Teddy. I'm literally standing like right behind him. I'm number 2 at slot receiver as well, behind Jarius Wright. And man, that was unfortunate. We were all sad for Teddy, but it was unfortunate for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And once that happened, I had no idea I would be released from that. So we all just go back to our rooms. Literally, practice is over that day, and I didn't get a call all day until the next morning. And George Payton wanted to talk to me personally. He was like, man, we had this extra spot for you. We wanted to keep you there. But unfortunately, obviously, I already knew what was going on. Unfortunately, he was like, unfortunately, man, we had to release you. We have to get another quarterback in here with the rule and things like that. So that was my time in Minnesota right there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and obviously it's just it was a tough. So were you there when Teddy had that injury when you guys were practicing and whatnot?
Yeah, I was standing right behind him. Like,
Wow.
when the offense is right there and the rest of the offense is like
Yep.
literally standing behind. We're just standing behind because the second team is about to go do the same plays.
Right.
Right.
So we're just watching. He literally just dropped back and, kind of buckled a little bit.
Right. Right, because that's how it was like described. It was like it was nothing that like it's just some freak thing and whatnot from what we, and obviously guys were really upset or sad and whatnot. But obviously with your situation too, and but you did say, and then I'm going to throw this over to Voldy here, but you did say that I think you can make a comeback, and we can also try to get the Vikings to say, hey, we got our guy Troy here. We got you, get you back in it,
Back, bro. I do honestly feel like I'm like one of the great ones out there at punt return and just haven't been able to get out there and like stick my feet in the ground. You know what I mean? But everything happened for a reason. I don't want to like think about that too much because
Sure.
I am doing great in my life right now. Like life is amazing. Like
Yeah.
one of my neighbors is Kurt Franklin. I see him all the time in our building. Like there's so many people that walk through here all the time, and like business is going very well. Obviously I put myself inside of a industry where I can stay ready at any time.
Sure.
So I do have it's a football field out here where I live at as well on top of the building. It's a gym as well, super nice gym.
Wow.
So I'm always training. I'm always staying in shape and things like that. But man, if anybody call, I'm ready to go.
Let's go, man. We'll help you get there and whatnot. But Voldy, I send it over to you, my friend.
Yeah, so you kind of talked briefly about it when we were talking about with the Vikings. You had a little bit of experience coming in from the rookie mini camp, playing in the CFL, Winnipeg, Edmonton, and Calgary as well. What was that experience like playing in the CFL?
Man, it was awesome, man. The people out there reminded me of when I first went to Minnesota, University of Minnesota. Super nice, polite, no problems whatsoever. And the atmosphere is amazing. Like most people don't really know about the CFL. They're starting to know about it now. The top of the line facilities they're building, the newer facilities. Unfortunately, I got to play in. It's top of the line, state of the art. Winnipeg Stadium is amazing. It reminds me like they're like the Dallas Cowboys of the CFL. Playing there, it was awesome. Also playing in Edmonton, I had no idea their stadium was that huge. It holds about 75,000.
Yeah.
And then you got Calgary. Calgary Stadium is solid as well. We won a championship there. So that's another thing. Like, you never know what life is going to take you. Went to Calgary, won a championship, man. Now I'm a champion for life.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping I can continue to play. But like, if not, dude, like, I'm a NCAA record holder. I don't think nobody's gonna break that record. It's been there for a while. Won a championship, won a lot of big time games, and still doing great in life. And I'm young and was able to walk away from the game healthy. So.
Yeah, that brings up one of my other points too. You won a Greycup with Calgary in 2018. Being part of a championship, obviously you talked about you're a champion for life, but with that being an opportunity as well for yourself, did you like I don't know if how football teams do you get like a day with the Greycup or anything, or the team celebration, obviously the parade and everything too?
Yeah, I got a day with the Greycup. My phone is filled with pictures, videos, but I took it to restaurants. We're eating for free and stuff like that.
Nice.
It was amazing, dude. It was like, you get the drink out of it and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. But man, in Canada, they love their sport so much. You get all the love. The atmosphere is awesome. The parade was huge. It was you couldn't even see anything like all the way down the street. Like it was so many people out there. They support their city well, and the parties and stuff like that after the Greycup goes down in Canada.
I could only imagine. But when you did have the day with the trophy, were you in Calgary to celebrate, or were you able to bring it home or anything?
Well, no, I didn't bring it home. I stayed in
Okay.
Calgary.
Okay.
Yeah, I stayed in Calgary. I took it around, went to restaurants and ate with it, took pictures, slept with it, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just hung out with the trophy. I'm just like, man, I cannot believe I have this Greycup trophy right here next to me. And, you know, our championship rings was amazing, you know, getting those rings. And like, I've never won a championship before. I was so close to high school. We was one game away, but man, like winning that championship on that championship team, we kind of like knew we were winning in camp because like you could see all the talent on our team. We literally had probably the best talent in the CFL that year. Like obviously we did, but when you look at our team and look at each guy, each matchup, you're like, whoa, I don't see anyone beating these guys, period. But yeah, man, we all knew from the jump. But the biggest thing is our work ethic was out the roof, like off the charts. I don't think anyone went home on the bye weeks or anything like that. I orchestrated like a workout for our whole entire team on one of the bye weeks when it was getting close to playoffs, keep us ready to go. And some of my teammates saw what I was doing. And it's like, man, can I jump in? Like one of my guys, Alex Singleton, plays for the Broncos right now, number 49.
Yeah.
I literally passed the Great Cup to him on stage, you know, when we were celebrating. Yeah, so, you know, he was one of the guys working out with me as well, got his linebackers. I had the DBs over there. I'm like, bro, we got to continue to work out. So when we come off the bye week, we just go straight at these teams, like, because a lot of teams, you know, hit a slump off the bye week and end up losing a couple games, stuff like that. But we picked it up right where we left off.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, especially some of the teammates that you've had continuing on with that success, even on the NFL level. But maybe for those that maybe don't know, there might be a little bit, maybe some slight differences or whatever when it comes to playing in the NFL or, you know, in America with pro football to the CFL. There's a couple little different caveats to go along with it too, right?
Yeah, I mean, the difference is like a couple game rules, like 3 downs.
Yeah.
It's a lot of punts, so that means the game is going to be more exciting because you get to see a lot of punt return and stuff like that. You get the rouge, you know, that's a 1 point if, you know, you kick it through the end zone. Say if I'm the kickoff team and I kick the ball through the end zone, we get 1 point. Say if we miss a field goal, we get 1 point, things like that. So it's the field is bigger, it's wider, the goalposts are at the front. But once you get out on the field, once you get out on the field and start playing ball, it's all football.
Yeah, and if people that haven't had the chance, definitely check out a CFL game. They have on TV every once in a while, and then obviously too, if you get the chance to go to Canada during the CFL season, that is a completely different atmosphere altogether. But if you are ready, Troy, we got some rapid fire questions we want to throw right at you here to kind of get this all kicked off here. And you know, just give me your straight, just gut feeling, gut answer. Not gonna, you know, try and pull and pry too much out of you. But first rapid fire question: offense or defense?
Offense.
Offense. Favorite Big Ten opponent that you remember playing against?
Ohio State.
Favorite non-conference opponent that you played against?
USC.
Oh, I figured that would have been the one there. Punt return or kickoff return touchdown? Which more satisfying?
Man, punt return is punt return, dude, because when it's a rush, when they kick the ball in the air and those guys are just coming at you rather than just the kickoff, you know, it's a little bit more exciting.
All right. Number 11 or number 2?
Number 11, bro.
All right. That's what I always remember you as is number 11. That's the first thing I think. Troy Stoudermire, I think number 11 in the gold tops back in the day too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Favorite college interception?
Oh man, against Michigan State.
All right. Adam Weber or Marquise Gray?
I'm gonna have to go with my boy Webb.
All right. All right. Now we're gonna have to tag Marquise in the next clip here and let him know, and maybe we'll get him on the show next time.
Yeah.
All right. Final rapid fire: Winnipeg, Edmonton, or Calgary? Which one are you going with?
Calgary won a championship. Got to stick with the champions.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. One other thing I wanted to bring up too, something that kind of brought a little bit of attention and kind of opened up this conversation a little bit. I know that from the time that we initially tweeted out and obviously bringing up, where are they now, talking about you as well. There's and this was before the bowl game the Gophers had recently. Gophers were able to reach out to you and kind of, I don't know, maybe so much make amends as well, but sent you that beautiful care package as well. What'd you all get from the Gopher football program out of it?
Oh man, they were super nice. They sent me some of these shirts right here, some sweaters, some hoodies, and backpack, little string backpack, and a note from all the coaches, like saying how much they appreciate me and thanks and stuff like that, and good luck in the future and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that kind of brought up we'll definitely say we weren't the first ones to come up with the Stoudermire curse, if you will. Gopherhole.com was the one that kind of brought that up. But now that the lines of communication have been opened up, the Stoudermire curse, if you will, can we say, is it broken? Can we make that's
done deal. That's over with. It's broken.
That's what we want to hear. Maybe that's going to be the next step forward. We got the coach, we've got the program, the recruits coming in, Big Ten champions, college football playoff coming up here.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to see them. I'm actually looking forward to going to some games this coming up season, and I want to be there to actually support them in person. Absolutely. With my school sending me things like this, I really appreciate it. And I want to show them like how much I appreciate that and respect my school. I want to go support these guys in person. At least I want to make it to about like three, 4 games.
Okay. Absolutely. I think we could definitely, hopefully that for the best, and, hopefully a couple of wins when you get there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here's my recommendation though. Do it in the fall. Don't do it in the winter. That's all
right,
my only.
I know. I'm like looking at the schedule. I'm like, man, look, how many home games y'all got?
On the front end, yeah.
That's my only suggestion.
Yeah, there you go.
Troy, we have this one before we end this year. We do this with every guest, and again, totally up to you and whatnot. We have merch. We have some cool merch. We've got some shirts that are pretty nice. They're 5 out of 5 stars according to people and whatnot. And we got hats too. They're pretty nice. Mm-hmm. And then we also have stickers if you're interested as well. We'd love to send you something if you'd like some. So what do you think?
Sir, absolutely. I'm ready to throw it on now.
There we go. I love it.
Let's go. Yeah. So what we'll do is once we end this and whatnot, we'll exchange addresses, all that stuff and whatnot, and we'll get you your stuff, man. I mean, because we had a lot of fun talking with you and whatnot, and we'll be talking more in the future, obviously on the social medias and all that stuff. And maybe probably have you on again. So we really appreciated your time, and we're going to get you that merch. So
thanks, bro. Thanks for having me, man. I had fun. It was a great time.
This is awesome.